Hey everyone, in this tutorial, I'll show you how to draw an interior layout faster than AutoCAD by using Rayon Design, where you can import and redraw floor plans and sections, stylize them, and share them online as presentations like this one, all in one workflow. If you want to find this template, we will also have it in the link in the description below, but just to get started, once you're back at your home page, you can press New Model up here at the top right, and that'll open up a new blank model for you. Then from here, we're going to go over to Menu, go to Import, and you can import an image, a PDF, a DWG, an DXF, or even just a regular Rayon file. Now, right now we just have this drawn dotted line layout. Let's add some walls and some openings and some zoning for the different floor types to help us get started with using Rayon Design. Now, first off, let's use the wall tool down here. And as you can see here at the top right, anytime you're using any tool in Rayon, it's going to pop up this menu that has what layer you're on and all the different editing tools that you could need. Right now for our wall, you can change the thickness. Let's go for a thicker wall. You can change the fill. And you can make it either a solid color, a texture, which is all these different wonderful Rayon textures, or you can make it just a hatch. And for ours, we're gonna do this oblique hatch. And once again, you can just change it up here, change the stroke, completely edit it however you want. And even if you want to, you can remove it and just have it be like a basic wall. And we're just gonna click where we drew this and then go like that and then hit enter. And then we're going to go all the way around, and then right now it's on the outside of where we drew it. If you want on the inside, you can just drag it and move it like that. Then, once all of you have all of your walls drawn like we do here, we're going to go ahead and add the zoning areas and the openings as well. Now for the openings, it's next to the wall tool right here, and it'll open up the blocks and libraries tab specifically for the Rayon Design openings. Now, here we have the door and a sliding door and some basic models, but if you ever want to load any more in, you can go here to libraries and click on all these different wonderful options. We're going to go here, and for now, let's just use this door right here, and then just click it, press select, or you can double click it, and every single block that Rayon has a top view and a side view and a front view. So if you're doing a floor plan, a section, an elevation, all of them will be available and ready for you to use and be able to see in Rayon. And then once you double click on that door, it'll put the door on your mouse as so, and you can line it up with the wall, just click where you want it, and then you can orient it how you want, make it face where you want. Let's just put it like this, and then click again, and it'll put it in the drawing for you. And if you ever want to edit it, you can just click it again, move it around, edit it, do whatever you want with it. Now that we have all of the openings and all the walls that we want, let's talk about the zoning tool. Now the zoning tool is right here at the bottom under the door and the opening tool. And for making zones, you're going to want to use the zone tool and the zone divider tool. The zone divider tool will let you separate rooms where if there isn't a wall between them and you use the zoning tool, like as you can see here, it's trying to make everything in blue one big zone. But if you want to make it, let's say this area right here where my mouse is, a separate zone, you would have to go here to the zone divider and then click where you want it to be separate. So let's say we want one from here to here. And then if we press enter, and then we use the zone tool, now this area here is a separate zone. And then once you click on that, you can see here, it'll make the zone for you and also a label for the zone as well. And if you just double click that, you can totally edit all the text. You can get rid of it if you want. And then on the right side here, once again, you can change where it's oriented, change the font, change the size, whatever you like. Let's just leave it how it is for now. And then press the check mark whenever you're done editing it. And then for the actual zone itself, it's similar to the wall where you can go here to the fill and it has a solid texture hatch and also an image one. The wall didn't have the image one. The image allows you to load in any image you like, or you can change the opacity and you can even edit the filters. And it's just really nice for if your client has a very specific material that they're working with, you can take a picture of it and then put it into Rayon. Or once again, you can just use the solid texture or hatch that Rayon has And if you want it just like that, this is just a nice simple tile hatch. And then there you go. As you can see, it ends here. So then if you want to load in another zone, now it's all of this stuff that's highlighted in blue, and it's excluding that zone that we already have. And then once you have all of your zones done, your drawing is going to start looking something like this. And now we sort of have a building starting to form. We have all of our walls, we have all of our doors and windows and balcony openings, and now we're starting to have these different textures on the floor with different labels showing exactly what they are, but it still kind of feels a little empty. So now we can start adding blocks and annotations to sort of fill in the inside of the interior layout and start making it feel more like an apartment, like what we're going for. So the really great thing about Rayon is that here in the blocks tab, it has a bunch of amazing different blocks. They're 4K blocks, and like I said earlier, they're in the top, front, and side views, including all the different symbol blocks, and you can even create your own blocks from scratch, or you can import existing DWG blocks. So if you have a bunch of blocks that you have in AutoCAD and you have a library full of all of your AutoCAD blocks, you can even load those into Rayon as well. Or if you're using a Rayon block or an AutoCAD block and you want to edit it, you can do that as well. And once you make all of these blocks, you can create your own block library inside of Rayon and then share it with your team, so that way everybody who's working on the project can all have these custom blocks that you've made. Now, here in the Blocks tab, we have the My Blocks, which are already loaded into the project, or you can click on the libraries and add in all these other blocks as well. Now, let's fill out this area right here, just to get you started. So, for instance, if we search Couch in the block library, it'll show us a bunch of different blocks to choose from, and it'll keep loading them, and you can just search for one here. Once you have all of your different furniture loaded into the project and all your different blocks, you'll start looking like this, and now it's really starting to come together. Now, always make sure that while you're working through the project, you're on the right layer. Like for instance, if you click on a wall, it should be on the walls plan layer. If you click on a zone, it should be on the zone layer. And if you click on a piece of furniture, it should be on the furniture layer. To create your own custom ones, you can just go over here to layers and then click on the add layer tool and then name it whatever you want. For our last and final step for the drawing, we're going to be showing you how to add annotations. As you see, it already loaded some in for us when we made our zones, like this one and this one. But if we want to add some annotations based on like saying, maybe we want to say what the furniture is, what material it's made out of, how long something is, you can just go down here once again, and you can either click on the text tool and just add in text yourself, or you can use the leader tool to label something, or the dimension tool to show you how long you want a wall to be, or the arrow tool to like point out an object and then say, oh, this object is what it is. Say that for instance, you want to label that this area here is like a dry bar, and then you want to label that this is actually like cantilevering out from the island, and then these are stools beneath it. You can click on the arrow tool and then just drag it over, have it point at something like the chair, and then go to the text tool, and then just label that as, let's say, stool with dry bar. And you can do it however you want, completely customize it, and as you can see, there you go. And then once again, on the right side here, change the text, change the font, change its orientation, its rotation, whatever you like. And then once you have all those annotations in, it'll look something like this. As you can see, it's just an arrow with a text, and it just labels what the thing is, what it's made out of, how big it is, and then things like this are like for if you have a door plan page where you have all of your doors, what materials they're made out of, what size they are, you can just use the circle tool and then the text tools and then put those in as well. And that is about it. Now, let's say you're all done with your work and you want to make it a presentation like the one I was showing at the beginning of the template, and you want to show off everything that you've done for your team, but you're not really sure if you're ready yet. Well, first off, you're going to need to make a page in order to do that. In order to add a page, you can go up here to the Pages tab and then just simply click on the plus sign, and it'll open up this and it'll add a page for you. Now, once you click on the page, you can see here once again on the right side, you can change the scale, you can change the orientation, you can just whenever you have this 4-way arrows on your mouse, you can just click and drag it around. You can hold on the sides to make it longer or shorter. So for our drawing here, let's just move over a little bit, zoom out a little bit, and then bring it over, drag it out. And then let's say you want a specific page size and a specific scale. You can just go here to format, and let's make it a tabloid, an 11 by 17. And then as you can see, it's a lot bigger now. So we might have to change our scale as well to make it smaller. And a normal scale is probably gonna be about 3/16 or 1/8 or 3/32. Let's do a 1/8 scale. As you can see, that made it way bigger. So let's do a 3/4 scale. Now it's a little bit too small. And we'll probably be right in the warm spot at about, a little bit bigger, 1/4. That looks great. So here at the 1/4 scale, we now have our page set up. Now, if you want to see what it looks like before you export it, here at the very top left, or here at the very top right, you can either press preview or share. If you press share, it'll create a presentation that's published that anybody can see. But if you just press preview, it'll create a presentation that only you can see. And then you can make it full screen. If you have multiple pages, you can now click through. You can even zoom in and zoom out. And this is what it will look like whenever it's being presented to somebody. Now, if you don't like it, you can always then press escape and then press this back arrow, go back to the model and edit however you want. And then once you're ready, you can go up here to the share button and then click share and then invite people with their email, or you can just make it a presentation. And then once you click this, all of your pages are going to be published and everybody will be able to see your presentation. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and seeing the process of how to create a Rayon Design interior layout yourself, please make sure to leave us some comments below. And remember to grab the free template and explore Rayon Design using the links in the description. And if you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and we'll be happy to help. See you in the next tutorial.